All right, everyone, I'll give you a few minutes to get in here. I'm coming on much later today. I had a meeting that ran way over time, so I'm here now. I'd like to be on my live at 5 p.m. Pacific, but that did not happen today. But no worries, I'm here now. Today's day 6. Let's step into it. Today is day 6. Come on in, come on in, coming in. Let's talk about divine feminine energy. We're going to talk today like a little bit of a talk about why it's important. What's divine feminine energy? Why is it important? Why should you give 2 F's about it? I want to talk about it because I realize not everyone understands. So let's start today's conversation out by talking about what is divine feminine energy and why is it important? Again, I will give you a few minutes to get in here. Come on in. I'm on here later today because my meeting ran over, but come on in. Today is day 6, and today we're going to talk about installing the masculine in your life to support your feminine energy. We all need structure. When I talk about that feminine is a flow, it's about being in a flow state, it's about attracting and not pushing. A lot of people think that means that feminine energy doesn't include structure. Structure is very important to the feminine. The feminine softness needs to be contained in some kind of a structure, in masculine structure. So today, on day 6, we're going to talk about masculine structure. Okay? Thank you, Digital Morocco. Thank y'all for tapping the screen as you come in. If you want to talk about what we're going to talk about tonight, if these lives have been useful, go ahead and tap the screen. But come on in. Let's get started. All right, so first let's talk about what is divine feminine energy? Why is it important? Why should you care? Why does it matter? Okay? Why is it important? I had a conversation with someone and I realized that a lot of you coming in, unless you've been studying, energy and manifestation for a while, there may be a really big gap between your understanding when I say divine feminine energy and your understanding of why you should give 2 fucks, right? So why is it important? Okay. We always talk about different polarities, right? We talk about different scales of stuff. Polarity I want to touch on is the masculine and the feminine. Polarity between the masculine and feminine. Differences between men and women. Okay, so men in the earth that we live in today, men have the advantage in the physical. They're stronger, they're faster, they're more powerful in the physical. Would y'all agree? I'm also gonna have y'all like talk back to me more today because I really want to know if I'm answering your questions. I really want to know if this is helping you. I really want to know your answers. And I'm really curious about what do you need? Like, what do you need out of it? We're gonna do today's lesson, but I'm curious about your understanding of this basic foundational principle because y'all have been showing up every day. Today is day 6. What is the point of all this work? Okay, so you're here because you want to change your life. Maybe you want to change your whole life. Maybe you just want to change your love life. Maybe you just want to change your money. It doesn't matter. You're here because you want to change your life in some form or fashion. But why should you care about divine feminine energy? What the fuck, right? So men have the advantage in the physical, but women have the advantage in the spiritual realm. Okay, so we have the physical realm and the spiritual realm. Men, like I said, they're faster, they're stronger, they can exert more force, right, in the world that we live in. But women, we have the advantage in the spiritual realm. We have the same amount of power, the same amount of force, the same amount of gravitas, but in the spiritual realm. When we talk about what is divine feminine energy and why should you care about it, when you as a woman can learn how to exercise your advantage, like men have the advantage of muscles and testosterone and strength and being bigger. we have the advantage of divine feminine energy. When you can master, align with, get in tune with, learn how to be in your feminine energy, you are exercising your own spiritual advantage, your own advantage. When you are aligning with your divine feminine energy, you become a magnet that attracts things naturally. You don't have to push, push, push. You attract, attract, attract. Unlike men who have to push, 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 make things happen, do, do, do. When you get aligned with your divine feminine energy, you pull. You're not pushing, you're pulling. You're attracting. You become a magnetic force. You are exercising your spiritual advantage, just like men have the physical advantage. Does that make sense, everyone? Hey, Shorny Len. I want y'all to let me know if this makes sense, because like I said, if you just got here, I was saying that I was having a conversation with someone and they were saying they don't get it. They don't understand what is the point of divine feminine energy. Like, why should I even care? And I want y'all to understand why you should care. Okay, Shorny Lynn, thank you. It makes sense. Okay, good. So that's a little introduction talking about why you should care about divine feminine energy, why it's so important to you. Okay, it's not just, like when I had the conversation, they were like, I thought divine feminine energy was about wearing dresses and pink and being like bubbly and stuff. It's not about that at all. There's some element, about your presentation, your looks, right? But most of divine feminine energy, this is the part about your looks and wearing heels and dresses and makeup and your presentation. But all of this over here, most of the work is about your energy, and it's about exerting your spiritual advantage on this planet to draw things to you naturally. Okay. I don't know about you, but I want a softer life. My life gets softer and softer. I want a soft life. I want a sweet life. I want to track things. I don't want to have to work so hard to make things happen. I want to make them happen by the force of my energy, by the force of my energetic field, by the force of my subconscious mind. Right? Y'all feeling me? Shorny Lynn, yes, it's about attracting and not pushing. Absolutely. Okay. So that said, I'm glad y'all get it. That's like a basic thing that you need to understand, because divine feminine energy, it's not just about the wearing pink and the dresses and men. It's about you becoming sovereign in your own universe and using the power that God gave you as a woman to make shit shake, to make things happen. Okay? All right, so welcome in. If you're new here, my name is Falayan. I help women with their divine feminine alignment so they can be in alignment with the divine feminine energy and become a magnet to attract all great things to them naturally. And I am teaching the 7-day series all about how to get out of your survival mode and get into your divine feminine energy so that you can attract a softer, sweeter, better, more high frequency life. So you can be more high frequency, so you can attract better opportunities, better men, better money, etc., etc., etc. So today we are stepping into the masculine. Today we're going to talk about masculine structure in your life to support your feminine energy. Cool? Cool. Okay, so let's get into it. Digital Morocco Vibe said it's about accepting yourself and loving it. Yes, absolutely, about accepting yourself and loving it. Okay, good. All right, so day 6, getting masculine support, balanced structure, and the divine masculine shield. Okay, so let's get into it. Today's class is, I think it's a little bit shorter today. I think we'll see. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so the theme of today, oh, thanks for the gifts. Thank you, Adriana. Thank you. So the theme of today is order out of chaos, safety through structure, and freedom through discipline. When y'all hear me get on here and talk about divine feminine energy, it's about being in a flow state. It's about attracting. It's about becoming a magnet. It's about moving with the flow of life and trusting life. That may sound like there's no structure involved, but like I just said, the divine feminine must be supported by the masculine. Okay, you need masculine structure in your life to support your feminine energy. I like to think of it like the yin yang symbol, like the feminine. Even though you have all of this feminine energy, you have that dot of masculine energy. That dot must be there or everything falls apart. So today we're going to talk about how you can install that masculine structure in your life. Okay, so our core goal of today is to balance your divine feminine frequency with divine masculine structure so that your life, your energy, and your desires have a strong, sacred container to thrive inside. Cool? Okay. Oh, hey, Victoria. Stephen T. Man said, you will kind of control the flow. Yeah, that masculine structure will help control the flow. So a little recap of what we talked about previously. I said the structure we're going to talk about today, it holds the spirit. We spent the last few days clearing the old energy. We cleared old energy, old clutter. We talked about clearing your old identity. We talked about the starting phases of rewiring your nervous system and matching your new frequency to your future frequency. Today, we're going to talk about building a container that holds and protects that energy. So that all, yesterday we worked on aligning with new energy, aligning with a new frequency to call in a new life. The masculine structure we're going to work on today is going to protect that new energy, keep it safe. Okay? Hi, Lioness. Hello. Welcome. Glad you're here. Okay. The divine masculine shield. Y'all have heard me talk about this, but let's talk about it so that you understand what I'm talking about when I say you need to install the divine masculine shield in your life. What do I mean when I say that? This is what I mean. The divine masculine shield, I want you to think of it as a spiritual protective force field. Is that too woo-woo for y'all? Let me know. Is that too woo-woo for y'all? It is a spiritual protective field that protects and honors, upholds, leads, provides for your feminine energy. I want you to think in terms of like this. If you had a wonderful father, if you were blessed to have a wonderful father in your life, great father, he taught you things, he provided for you, he gave you good leadership. That father, that good father in your life was your divine masculine shield. Okay? But if you did not have a great father, or you have or had a really great husband, provided for you, protect you, led you, brought new opportunities to you, kept you safe from harm, think of that as your divine masculine shield. If you did not have a great father like that, or if you did not or do not have a great husband like that, you can install a spiritual field that behaves just like that wonderful husband, wonderful father. Does that make sense? Y'all let me know in the comments. Does that make sense what I'm telling you? Like, y'all know the word esoteric, like kind of airy fairy. This is one of those airy fairy concepts that may sound weird when you first hear it, but it's so important to grasp. So I want to make sure y'all are going to grasp it. So let me know in the comments if that makes sense to y'all. Does that make sense? I'll wait. Somebody let me know. Does this make sense? Okay, I'm getting your name right. Stephanie Tiemann. Oh, that wasn't hard. Stephanie Tiemann. Okay, yes. All right. So that makes sense. Tina said, how without the masculine taking over? Okay, so good question. You do not have to have an actual masculine. Okay, good. Mel Guyver, good. It doesn't have to be a physical man. It's just the energy, okay? The energy. And we can install the energy of this divine masculine shield into our consciousness by what? Somebody tell me in the comments. You should know by now. How do we install new consciousness into our subconscious mind, into our field, into our consciousness? How do we install new things into our consciousness? Anybody? Nobody. Repetition. The same way that you got your original consciousness that you got from age 0 to 7 that has caused your life to look like what it's looked like up until now, repetition. We can install this consciousness of this healthy divine masculine energy into our consciousness by the power of repetition. repetition. Good guess, Mel Guyver, meditation. Meditation will help us, but we're going to use the power of repetition. It's a, Stephanie, I think you mean it's a connection. Let me know if that's what you meant. All right, so we can install this divine masculine shield into our consciousness by the power of repetition. Okay? All right, so I said, this is not about forcing yourself, the work that we're going to talk about today. This is about building a structure that's going to allow your feminine radiance to feel safe, supported, and sustained. When your inner masculine is strong and stable, your inner feminine can finally rest, express, and receive. It's no different than having a strong father. It's no different than having a strong husband. If you have a strong sense of divine masculine energy installed in your consciousness, it will work the same. So, divine masculine shield, it's going to have several pieces. We are going to talk about the power of routines, okay? Structure and routines. We're going to talk about the power of boundaries and standards as masculine structure. And we're going to talk about the actual consciousness, installed consciousness in our consciousness of the divine masculine shield. Okay. So let's start with the more esoteric bit, which is installing the divine masculine shield. And by the way, I'm just going to talk about this. Obviously, this is a 1 hour live. If you want to learn more about that, more about this, I'm teaching more about this in my workshop when we're talking about how to rewire your consciousness and your nervous system for safety. But let's get into it today. And if you have questions, please feel free to put them in the chat or DM me. All right. So installing the divine masculine shield. I want you all to start with an avatar of the divine masculine. Okay. Maybe it's a great father that you've seen in life if you didn't have one. Maybe it's a TV dad. Maybe it's a God, maybe it's God. Maybe it's Jesus. Think of the most powerful divine masculine energy that you can conjure up. I want you to be able to see their features, like see their face, see their features. I want you to be able to feel their energy. Do y'all have an avatar that you can create in your mind? You can also create one. Does anything come to mind for y'all? I want y'all to talk back to me. Anything come up? Anything come to mind? Any traits, any attributes, any TV dads, any great husbands you've seen around? Okay, Tina, stepdad, lovely. Lucky you, Tina, to have a great stepdad in your life that was that for you. Her balancing act said James Bond, great example. Muscles, strength, yes, Shorty Lynn, lovely, y'all are doing such a good job. Cosby dad, yes, Adriana, yes. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. All right. So the first thing, you remember we always want to clearly define things before we install them in our consciousness. We talked about that yesterday. So think up the avatar of your own personal divine masculine shield. Y'all gave some great examples: muscle, strength, Cosby dad, a personal stepdad that you had, James Bond. Come up with their features and their traits and everything. Okay? Then let's start by speaking to your inner masculine. Let's speak to this presence we're going to install in our consciousness. You can say whatever you want to say, but I gave an example here. I said, I call in my own divine masculine shield. You can also give them a name, by the way. Okay, so you can say, I call in XXY. I call in my own divine masculine shield. The part of me that protects, provides, plans, and anchors me in my softness. I am held by this shield. I am held by this energy. I am held by this force. I am supported by the structure of my divine masculine shield. I am now safe to receive. Okay? So you can say whatever feels good to you. Those are words that feel good to me. I want you, as you're saying those words, you can say them in your head. You don't have to say them out loud, obviously. But think of that avatar of a divine masculine shield. And I want you to actually to call that into your consciousness. Call that into your consciousness. Like a good visual is to imagine yourself at the center, right? This is you at the center, right? And then imagine you installing this ring of light around yourself, which is your divine masculine shield. That ring of light, your divine masculine shield, you're going to call it in today, right? You're just going to call it in today. And you can imagine this ring of light, this divine masculine shield is going to protect you. It's going to keep you safe. It's gonna call in, attract opportunities for you, just like a great husband would, just like a great father would. It's gonna provide for you. It's gonna enrich you. It's going to favor you. It's gonna school you. It's gonna do all sorts of good things for you. Okay, so I want you to imagine you at the center once again, and this ring of light around you, and imagine we just called in your inner masculine, this divine masculine shield. So maybe you at the center and this ring of light, maybe it's very faint because all we did was call it in, right? Okay. Again, this is very esoteric. Is this making sense to y'all? I need y'all to talk back to me because this is very important work, and it's very nuanced. I want to make sure you're understanding what I'm saying. So let me know in the chat. Is this making sense? Okay. Well, you let me know in the chat. So you in the center, ring of light around you. It's gonna protect you. It's gonna keep you safe. It's gonna balance out your feminine energy. Repetition is how we install new consciousness into our being, right? Lovely. I'm so glad. Okay. So repetition is the way that we install new things to our consciousness. So you're going to practice making this force field, making this ring of light stronger every day, every day. Every time you do your morning routine, every time you do your spiritual work, it's going to become brighter and brighter and stronger and stronger. And it's going to become more protective, more providing, more felt, more powerful, stronger, a bigger force field, a better attractor, a better repeller of the things you don't want. Can y'all imagine that process? Does that make sense to you? This is what you're going to be doing. This makes sense to y'all. Okay? Thank you, Adriana, Mel Guyver, Digital Morocco Vibes, Jordy Lynn. Good, good, good. Shayna, Katie Lee Watson, Tina, Shay. Love it. So glad. Okay. All right. So we called it in. You'll have a like visual in your head of how this is going to work, right? So let's set the tone. Y'all know that change always begins with frequency. We've talked about that about a billion times. And before we build routines and make to-do lists, we always want to get into energetic alignment. So as you're doing this work to install your own divine masculine shield, okay, this inner masculine in your life, things that help you anchor this energy in, breathing, breath work always helps. Dancing, we talked about dancing a couple times, but dancing, moving your body, essential way to anchor the energy in. Speaking, we just spoke a little affirmation to call in the energy. I want you to relax your body. Okay, the more relaxed you are, the higher the frequency, the more you can let this divine masculine shield land in your consciousness, in your being. Okay? Then what I want you all to do is, yesterday we talked about at minimum, you need to have a morning routine, right? Today we're going to talk about more routines to strengthen your inner masculine. But I said at minimum, you need to have a morning routine. Yesterday we talked about the morning routine being clearing your suck energy, sitting in silence, doing your Pinterest board magic, all the stuff we talked about yesterday. I want you to add your morning routine, sitting with your divine masculine shield, sitting with it to make it stronger and brighter and stronger and brighter and stronger and brighter. Okay? What did I say yesterday? What are the most important things when it comes to changing your frequency in your energetic field. Remember, we are all divine technology. We are walking, talking, magnetic energy beings, beeping a signal at any point in time out into the universe. Beep, 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 beep. The way that we influence that energy field, the way that we influence that signal most strongly is by what? Nervous system, emotions, lesser thoughts and beliefs, and lesser is your actions. So, at minimum, meaning you should be doing this more than just in the morning, but at least in the morning, I want you to sit with that avatar of your own personal divine masculine shield. I want you to develop a relationship with it. I want you to, nervous system, feel safe in it. Sit there, meditate. Whoever said meditation is useful here, yes. Sit there in that silence and imagine that force field growing brighter and stronger. Call the name that you've used. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for being my protector. Thank you for being my divine masculine shield. Talk to him or it or whatever it is. Develop a relationship with it. Make it more strong and real in your life. You do that by connecting with it. I am safe. Feel the feelings of safety that this divine masculine shield is going to bring you. Can you connect with that safety? Work on connecting with those safety feelings. Was it like to feel safe in a ring of light, in a ring of protection by a healthy divine masculine energy? So connect with the safety, connect with the emotions of safety. Relax your body, do your breath work. All the ways we've been talking about over the last 6 days about how to signal safety to your nervous system. Do that while imagining yourself in the middle of this ring of light that protects you, provides for you, leads you, guides you. Okay? Emotions. Sit there, connect with the emotions of being inside, being protected by, being provided by, having your masculine energy supported, sustained, and balanced out by this divine masculine energy. What are those emotions? For me, it's joy. It's gratitude. I feel really grateful. I feel really blessed. I feel a sense of relief because I think about my life when I didn't have that feeling, and I feel so relieved to have somebody there protecting me and keeping my feminine energy safe and providing, good things for me and keeping out things I don't want. Okay? So connect with the safety, connect with the emotions. Cool? Lucky. Oh, that's a good one. Lucky and safe, digital Morocco vibes. Yes, those are great ones. Anybody else? Emotions that you connect with around your safety or just the good feelings of being within a healthy divine masculine energy that's protecting you? Put in the chat if y'all can come up with some. Okay, so that is the divine masculine shield. That's the most esoteric, nuanced one. It sounds kind of woo-woo, but I promise you it works. Anything that we install in our consciousness, anything that we can influence on in our internal energy, acts in the external world. So if you can install this divine masculine shield in your own consciousness, it will act for you out in the external world. You just have to be consistent. You have to develop that relationship. You have to make it stronger. You just can't let it go. You have to be consistent and use the power of repetition. Cool? How are y'all with that? That was like the most woo-woo one. I'm going to talk about more like concrete things, but how are y'all with all of that? With installing the divine masculine shield? How you feel about it? Can you do it? You think it's going to work? How you feel about it? Oh, you're welcome, Katie Lee Watson. Like it, Shay. Good. You feel good. Okay, good. All right. So let's move on to the less woo-woo ones. Okay, my mic's still going. Divine order through daily structure. Structure. What is structure? If y'all follow me or you take classes with me, you're going to know I love S words. There are like special S words that I just love. Structure and systems are two of my favorite S words. Let's start with systems. When you are strengthening your inner masculine, you need systems. Oh, Katie Lee Watson, you feel awesome. I love it. Okay, what do I mean when I say systems? this is the example that I always use. When I come home, when I come in my front door, I have a system for my keys. Okay. I have a little area that I put my keys in whenever I come in the door. I don't put my keys in any other place. When I walk in, I walk straight to that special area. I put my keys there every time. And then I go about, hanging up my coat or whatever. I always follow that system. Because I always follow that system, I never lose my keys. How many people know the drama and sheer terror of losing your keys? I know it. This is why I have a system. How many of y'all know the pain of losing your keys? Because I have this system in place, I avoid that pain of losing my keys altogether. It just doesn't happen. And it hasn't happened in years and years and years because of a system. Yes, Katie Lynn, Tina, yes, you know the pain. This is a perfect example of a system. What you're going to do to strengthen your inner masculine is you're going to install systems in your life that keep you from pain. Okay? Let me know if y'all have some ideas in the chat for some systems you might need. But for me, I had lost my keys to the point where I was like, never again. So I made a system. And therefore, I am painless in the area and it feels really great. Victoria said, me, especially when I know it's in the house. Yeah, super frustrating. Katie Lee Watson said, my car was stolen because of that. Yeah. There are many areas in your life because you are not organized, because you don't have a system, because you don't have structure, because you don't have a routine around it, that you're causing yourself so much undue stress and you're causing yourself to be frantic and chaotic and of a lower frequency. And you can avoid it just by the work that we're talking about today, strengthening your inner masculine. Okay, so that's systems. The next S word that I love, the next thing I want to talk about is structure. So structure is in the form, oh my God, I thought my teams, we all hear my teams went on that weird time. I thought it went off again. Let's talk about structure. Structure is the support that's going to cause your feminine energy to thrive and flourish. Feminine energy thrives and flourishes under structure. I said, what I'm going to talk about, this is your sacred structure to support your radiance. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the very basic, the AM and the PM routine. I feel like this is kind of a myth, but they say that the Chinese have this Chinese character, and it's chaos mixed with routine. And basically, the meaning of the character is chaos ends where routines begin. Chaos ends where routines begin. Chaos ends where routines begin. How many people feel at the mercy of chaos? This was me. This was such a huge source of my stress and my anxiety and my burnout, and just like feeling just tired out from life. Chaos. And when I introduced routines into my life, it took a lot of that chaos and drama away. So routines. Okay. Chaos ends where routines begin. Like I said, at minimum, you need a morning routine. At minimum, wake up in the morning, sit in silence for 10 minutes, just listen. Okay. Yesterday, we went through a whole morning routine for your new spiritual practice. PM routine. You need a PM routine. Yesterday, we talked about the portion of your PM routine being your nightly recording, where you're going to put on a tape or a recording on loop of you speaking your new affirmations for your new life in your own voice, listening over and over to impact your subconscious mind, because at night, that door to our subconscious mind, which is closed most of the day, is wide open. So we want to use that time to influence our subconscious mind. So that was the minimum, the night recording. You need a wind down process at night. Okay. Most of us have kids. There's dinner to be made. There's work. Most of you have commutes. By the way, if you can avoid, I don't even know, I don't know if this is wrong for me to say, but if you can get a remote job, get a remote job, because it takes so much pressure off you as a woman during the day. But nevertheless, just a sidebar. Nevertheless, most of you have 9-to-5 jobs, you have commutes, you have kids. There's dinner to be made. There's laundry to be done, yada, yada, yada. You need some time at the end of the night to wind down and settle into your own energy, settle into your own frequency, clean up the junk and leftover mess in your energetic field over the day, and settle into something new. Think of it like when you go to bed, if you sleep 8 hours, 6, 7, 8 hours, right? You are sitting, most of you are sitting in junky energy left over from the day. It's like going to bed, sitting in, it's like going to bed, sitting in your outside clothes. Like you would never get into your beautiful bed, your sanctuary, wearing the clothes you wore to work that day, right? You wouldn't do that because it'd be icky. Look, you need to go to bed with your own energy. You need to go to bed with your highest energy. So if you have a wind down routine that allows you to drop the stress of the day, drop the chaos of the day, drop the other people of the day, make sure you're on the pedestal of your life, do your skincare, put on some perfume, take a shower. You know, water cleanses the spirit, it cleanses your energetic field, all that good stuff. Listen to some music, have some fun, masturbate. Just do whatever makes you happy to make sure your energy field is as high as possible. When you go to bed, it's like you're going to be baking this beautiful cake of high frequency energy while you sleep. Okay? So a wind down routine. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, y'all? Tina said your problem is inconsistency. Yeah. Repetition is the name of the game. Repetition is not easy to do, but it's the way that we get to the other side. By being consistent, the power of repetition. Katie Lee Watson, you're heaven sent. So glad I found you. I'm so glad you found me too. Thank you for saying that. Discovering joy, yes. Shorny Lynn, you work remote, yes. I'm sure you can talk about it. Life before remote and life after, wait, you know what I'm trying to say. Completely like two different lives. Discovering joy, surreal, you despise going into a job, yes. Don't think you can go back into the office. Feminine strategy, this is good. I'm so glad to hear it. Uh-oh. What did I just do? It's like my own mind. You're welcome, Tina. Queen of Amazons, yes. I'm so different now in my femininity. It's like here since I started a wind down routine. I'm so glad to hear that. Yes. So PM routine, wind down. Wind down the energy so you can bake yourself into a new frequency as you sleep. Yeah, that's enough on that. I feel like I'm just going to be talking. Okay, so that's your PM routine. I said your AM and PM routines, these are your bookends, right? These are your anchors. These are your energetic recalibrators. These are what you're going to use in the morning and the night to make sure your frequency stays upright and goes higher and higher and higher and higher. Discovering Joy said, reminding myself to move slowly through the day has helped me a lot. Absolutely. Slow is one of my other favorite sacred S words. Slow. Slowing down. Part of the feminine. Okay, so let's see. What's next? Okay. Let me see what other ones I want to tell you about. Okay, I'm gonna straight to this one. All right, so the next thing, so we talked about a morning and evening routine, AM and PM routine. Sabbath. Whether you're religious or not, take one day out of the week that's just for you restoring your energy. The Sabbath is practiced by, it's not just Hebrews, but, certain segments of people, but it's for everyone, especially for women. One day out of the week where you just restore your energy. You just restore yourself. You spend time with your consciousness. You spend time with your frequency. You spend time raising in every level. Okay. Maybe you spend it, just relaxing and not having any chores, not having any to-do lists, not having any expectations, not having to drive kids here or go to the grocery store. You don't cook dinner, whatever. Have one day out of the week to Sabbath, to rest, restore, and heal yourself. Sabbath is traditionally taken on Saturdays, but if Saturday is not a good day for you, you can pick another day. If you don't have a whole day, pick a half day. If you don't have a half day, Pick Friday nights. Like when you come home on Friday night, just boom, when you get in the door, nobody like bother me. I'm ordering a pizza. This is my me time, whatever it is. Okay. So Sabbath. Next, your week starts the Saturday before, meaning Sunday. A lot of people get the Sunday scaries from work. Okay, that's a bigger conversation. But Sunday, most people don't relax the same way that they relax on Saturdays. If you can spend the time on a Saturday to make sure you're restored for the week, the week coming up is going to flow so much better. Okay, so the week begins a Saturday before. Hopefully that makes sense, y'all. Okay, next, I'm going to go through these really quickly because maybe you don't care as much. Cleaning schedule. Day 4, we did the COD, cleaning, organizing, and decluttering. I talked to you all about the importance of keeping a clean, high-frequency environment. You need to keep a clean house. I used to always wonder why they had that quote from the Bible, cleanliness is next to godliness, but I kind of understand it now as I've been studying energy all these years. The cleaner your environment is, the cleaner your body is, the cleaner your energetic field is, the closer you are to God. So you want to have a cleaning schedule where it doesn't have to be like Monday I do this, Tuesday I do this, Wednesday I do this. It doesn't have to be that harsh. It can just be, this is the one I follow. I do something every day. Just do something every day to keep things going. I do a load of dishes. Honestly, I really do it every other day. Probably once a day, I wipe down the counters in the bathroom. I try to have the floor swept every couple of days. Whatever it is that works for you, just keep up with it. Don't let your cleaning pile up and then Saturday you're walking around your house, you're like, oh my God. And then you get overwhelmed. So if you can do a little bit every day, you'll feel so much better. Also, like I tell y'all, don't be cheap with yourself. If you can afford a like house cleaning service or maid to come in once a week, every other week, once a month, it's worth so much more than the cost of the maid service. It's like worth everything. You will feel it in your energetic field. You're gonna feel free and light and tapped in. Okay, so that's your cleaning schedule. Did I miss any of y'all's comments? Okay, good. Digital Marco, as you agree. Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, and I'm just going to touch on some of these. Homemaking schedule. Not only do we keep a cleaning schedule to keep our homes clean, to keep our environment clean, but like your homemaking in general. I talked about some things. Wash your sheets once a week. Your bed is your sanctuary. It's the place where when you do that wind down routine every night, you're getting into those sheets, you're getting into that bed, and you're going to spend 6, 7, 8 hours baking in a new frequency. Don't do it in dirty sheets. So keep your sheets clean, right? Your bed is your sanctuary, it's your goddess sanctuary in those divine hours of sleep. They're very magical. Okay. I said, burn some incense in your house, to keep the air fresh, to keep the energetic space in your house fresh. Does that make sense? You can burn candles, you can spray things. I got this, it is right here. I found this. It's called Manifestation Magic Spray. It's like a Palo Santo spray. And it's like so nice. You just sprayed it in the air. It has some essential oils, whatever. Tend to the air in your home. It matters. Okay? And what else I talk about? Music. Music is magical vibes, right? Music is magical vibes. I say keep high frequency music playing in your house all day if you can, but throughout the week. And definitely use, if not subliminals, use high frequency music like 432 megahertz or 999 megahertz. The high frequency music, the tones, or singing bowls, or the handpan. Play that throughout your home a couple times a week, once a week. It's going to actually influence the space. Remember, things that I'm touching the wall, right? It's actually a mirror, but whatever. The walls may look solid, but everything is energy. Everything in your life, absolutely everything in your life. The your computer, your phone, the walls, the broom, your dishes, they're all vibrating, right? Vibrating energy at different frequencies. We want to always influence the frequency of the things around us. So play high frequency music to raise the vibe in your home. Okay? Melissa Archer said, I'm considering a service now. I already know it'll be a game changer with my peace of mind. Yeah, absolutely. It will. Okay, so yes, music, tidy your clutter daily, and keep your favorite beauty stuff. We talked yesterday about, no, not yesterday. We talked the day before about buy yourself the things that you really want because you really need them. Like I talked about this spray that I really like. Like when I run out, I'm gonna get some more. I'm not gonna run out and not have any more. Keep it up. This is one of my favorite lotions. When it runs out, I'm gonna get some more because it makes me happy. And when I'm happy, I'm vibrating high. Okay. I feel like I'm just like being a dead horse. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all getting this? Is this useful? Let me know. Tap the screen, by the way. This is useful information. If you're getting something out of this, it tells TikTok this is a useful live. So tap the screen and yeah, let me know if this is useful. These are some of the things that I learned over 10, 15 years that have been game changers in my own life. So I'm hoping that they're a blessing to y'all. Good, Tina. Good, Shay. Okay, good. Glad. Okay, next, self-care. I don't think we need to really talk about that. We know self-care. We want to take care of our hair, take care of our nails. I told y'all that keep your nails done because not just for like frou-frou reasons, but because your nails, look at your hand. Put your hand out in front of you. Your hands, you can't see, I'll put it up here. Your hands, they're always in your line of sight. That means you're always noticing them. Your subconscious mind is always noticing your hands, right? So if your subconscious mind, even though you're not consciously noticing your hand, your subconscious mind is always noticing your hands. If your hands give off an energy to you, a message to your subconscious mind that says, beautiful, gorgeous, I'm a goddess, I love myself, I deserve everything, I'm amazing. What is that going to do for your frequency? What's that going to do to your energetic field? What's that going to do for the kind of people and opportunities and men and women that you're attracting? Right? If you then look at your hand and your subconscious mind is noticing it and it says tired and dry and sad and worn out and not enough, it's going to tell your subconscious mind, not good enough, I'm not special, not worth it, don't deserve it, low frequency, low frequency, low frequency, low frequency. Okay? So take care of your hands. You don't have to get your nails done professionally. Do them on your own. All your subconscious knows is that I care about myself, so I take care of my hands. You're always noticing your hands. Okay? So take care of your nails. Take care of your skin. One of the best ways to take care of yourself is just starting with skincare. Like when you do your wind down routine, just start washing your face and moisturizing it. Super basic. Yeah. Yeah, Tina. You never think about it, but we need to always be thinking, what is my subconscious thinking? Because you're not thinking about it, but your subconscious mind is always watching. And whatever we can use to influence our subconscious minds to read goddess, powerful, peaceful, joyful, lavish, wealthy, happy, in tune, tapped in, we want to use them. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. Y'all get it. Oh, pleasure. Let me let's talk about pleasure. Okay. Pleasure is so important. What do y'all think about pleasure? Is it a reward? What do y'all think about pleasure? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about pleasure. This deserves its own little conversation. What do y'all think about pleasure? Let me know in the comments. I'll wait, girlies. I'll wait. Discovering joy. You love this. I'm so glad you love it. This is what I love to teach. This is what I love to do. This is my jam. This is what I came on earth to talk about. Shay said necessary. Discovering joy is a way of life. Legant Cat said is mandatory. Check, check, check. Love it. Spoiled Vixen says I like it, but always feel guilty afterwards. Common feeling. Pleasure. Goddesses know. Pleasure is the path It is not the reward. Pleasure is a must. Who just said it's a must? It's mandatory. Pleasure is the way we tune up our magnet. Pleasure is the way that we become these divine, attractive magnets. Pleasure is not just reward for hard work. We don't just do hard things and then we get pleasure. Pleasure is the way that we become high frequency, high frequency, high frequency, high frequency. We must have pleasure. It's an absolute must. It's mandatory. Okay? So pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. As much pleasure as you can get in a day, get in a day. And I'm guilty of this. Some of the things I'm telling y'all about are stuff I still need to work on. But I know the more and more I incorporate pleasure into my life, the better I am, the healthier I am, the better are things I attract, the more high frequency I am. So pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Okay. So on that note, sexual energy. Do I have to still like say smacks on here? God, it's kind of dumb, but should I say smacks? Smexual energy, whatever. Your highest, most powerful, most potent energy as a woman and a man, but we're talking about you, woman, here, is your smexual energy. Use it wisely. Okay? You obviously can live your life the way that you live your life. I can't tell you how to live your life. But if I were you, I'll be very careful about who I give my smexual energy to. I would not give it to those that are undeserving. If a man is not pouring into me, absolutely not happening. If we're going to talk about boundaries and standards in a second. If a man is not giving me the things that I want, is not giving me more than he's taking, absolutely not. If he doesn't want the best for me, if he doesn't hold me in a high regard, if he doesn't see me as a goddess, if he doesn't worship at my feet, absolutely not. No way in hell. Whoever you're giving your smexual energy to needs to be worthy. Because if you give your smexual I feel so dumb saying that. If you give your smexual energy to the unworthy, what are you doing? Lowering your frequency, lowering your frequency, lowering your frequency, lowering your frequency. Your smexual energy is so powerful, so potent. Be very careful with it. Next, that said, I want you to use your sexual energy. Yesterday, I told you I was going to come back when I was talking about like your morning routine. When I talked about when you are working during your morning routine, your wind down, whatever, to install a new consciousness, right? When you're working to align your energetic field, raise it up to a new level of experience, a new reality, use the fact that your sexual energy is so powerful. So how do you do that? I told y'all, like, we did our Pinterest board magic yesterday. I talked about the importance of using your Pinterest board to elicit strong, powerful emotions and a feeling of safety and nervous system. You're going to be looking at those Pinterest board pictures that you pick. I want you to use them to visualize different scenarios. Because like say you picked a picture and it's like a gorgeous dress, and I want you to then take it further. That dress should elicit powerful emotions like, oh, this is so me, so juicy, so lovely. I want you to take it a step further. I want you to visualize yourself wearing that dress and imagine an amazing sexual experience with the divine masculine God that deserves you. Okay? Imagine yourself making out in this dress, or maybe this is your husband. Whoever was on here yesterday talking about like the goal that they're going for is getting married. So maybe you imagine yourself in this dress and your husband takes you out to dinner and then you make love at night and he rips off the dress. Whatever. See where you can use sexual energy to influence your practices to raise them up, raise them up, raise them up, raise them up. Does that make sense? Let me know, y'all. Let me know. Use your sexual energy. Okay, so that's pleasure and sexual energy. Now let's talk about boundaries and standards. Lovely. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad. Okay, so boundaries and standards. Boundaries and standards protect you from low quality experiences. That's all you need to know. Boundaries and standards protect you from low quality experiences. Everyone should not be able to reach you. Everyone should not be able to have access to you. Only the worthy may approach your throne. Okay, so we're talking about like sexual energy. This is not just men, relationships, jobs. There are certain things that should never be able to reach you because of your boundaries and your standards. Take some time to think about what your personal boundaries and standards are. In the chat, let me know, what kind of boundaries and standards do y'all have? Tarika said yes. Looking at Kat said yes. AT, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So what are y'all's like best boundaries and standards? I told y'all like my boundaries and standards around sex. That a man has to be this, and this, or else I am not doing it. Y'all have any good ones? Shay said growth, uplifting, no drama. That's a good one. Yes. And we're talking about relationships just because that's what my mind drifts. There are other kinds of boundaries and standards. Boundaries and standards you have for yourself. I'm working to get in shape. So one of the ones that I'm trying to work towards is I don't go more than 2 days without sticking to the plan that I set for myself. So like if I missed 2 days, I never miss more than 2 days. Hopefully that makes sense. Tarika said you're here to learn honestly. Good. I'm glad, Tarika. No worries. Boundaries and standards. Y'all don't have any examples? What's another example? Here's a good example. I have a boundary standard and I call it red hot lovers only. Red hot lovers only. That means and it's just not about lovers. It's about friendships too. If someone is in my life, because I'm like a very good friend, a very loving person. I have great energy. I know I bring the vibes. If someone is in my life, they got to be red hot for me. They can't be lukewarm about me. They got to be really into me. They got to be for me. I got to know that they're in my corner. Red hot lovers only. That's one of my boundaries and okay. So that's boundaries and standards. Other schedules. I'm not even going to go into all these. Am I? Okay, let me say this real quick. Most of you have kids. Make sure we talk about you're on the pedestal of your life. You're the most important being in your life. No one matters more in your life more than you. You're the sun of your own solar system. Your kids are very important. That said, your kids are very important. What I want to say was like, as you're thinking about your routines, remember chaos ends where routines begin. You're building routines in for yourself, your morning routine, your PM routine, your wind down, your Sabbath. Plan some time to have that one-on-one time with your children. Researchers found out that it's not about how much time you spend with your kids that makes them healthy and happy and makes them thrive. It's about the quality of time that you spend with your kids. And kids really remember the one-on-one time that you shared. Not so much that you're always with them, but what was the quality of the time that you spent with them? So as you're doing your routines and you're thinking about your week and new things to build in, if you have kids, find some time to have one-on-one time with them. Okay? Tarika said non-relationship, but respecting my time is huge. Yeah, that's a great one. That's a wonderful one. Okay, so along with that one-on-one time with your kids, like I said, Sabbath, make sure you have alone time. Just as they need one-on-one time, you need one-on-one time. Make sure you build time in your schedule, just you, for just you. Us women, because of patriarchy, because of the world that we live in, because of how we were raised, because of times that we live in, we're just used to going, supporting other people, being there for other people, making sure our kids are okay, making sure our families are okay, being the rock, being the strong one. You cannot do all of that without being the best for yourself. Spend some time alone every day. Just you and your creator. Not only do you need the messages that you're going to receive in that time, you need that time just to be with your own being. So you need alone time every day, every day, every day, every day. I'm going to leave that one out. We don't need to talk about that now. Cool. Okay. So I think this is the last section before we have, this is the last section before we do homework. And I said, make heaven on earth. Make your world heaven on earth. Make your life heaven on earth. Make your week heaven on earth. The way that you're going to do that is, all this work we've done with our energetic field over the last 5 days, working on your routines, your systems, your structure. And these are some more tips to do that. So I said, stop waiting for miracles to drop from the sky. I want you to start being the miracle in your life. Okay. So the work that we've been doing, but like working with your energetic field, aligning to a new energy, raising your frequency, clearing your suck energy, you're naturally going to start to attract miracles. You keep being consistent with the work and you do the repetition, but you can also be a miracle, like intentionally be a miracle in your life. You can be that miracle in your life by sacred structure and showing up as the God in your own life. Some of the things I said were, let go of negative thoughts, let go of emotional chaos, let go of the doom scrolling. Be conscious of these things in your life. These they seem like little ticks, little nuanced changes, but they're pretty big when it comes to your energetic field. So let go of the doom scrolling. We talked about let go of the clutter, both mental and physical. Let go of disorganized days. A lot of us, we wake up, we're rushing, we're late, we didn't get enough sleep, we rush to work, chaos at work, doom scroll at work, don't get a lot of work, whatever. And we come home and scroll and watch TV and go to bed in junky energy. That is a whole disorganized day. The more order that you can instill into your day, the better your energetic field will be, the better you will attract, the higher your frequency will be. I said, feed yourself with the gifts of focus. Okay? Focus is a gift. Doesn't mean you have to be like, I'm not having any fun. You can be focused and have a lot of fun. Introduce some focus in your life. Feed yourself with good food. I don't need to tell you all about the importance of having good, whole food in your life, right? Feed yourself with boundaries. Feed yourself with uplifting music and uplifting audio. Feed yourself with stillness. Feed yourself with movement. A 20-minute walk in nature will do wonders for your life, will do wonders for your cortisol, will do wonders for your energetic field. Move yourself, move your body, especially in nature. And lastly, I said, don't base your expectations on what you've seen before. Hold on. It's going to make me do this thing. Give me a second. Remember that day I had the gummy? I couldn't even do this. It took me like 9 tries. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me go back. Don't base your expectations on what you've seen before. What you want may feel like it's out of this world, and that's okay. A lot of you, like yesterday, we did the work of determining what we really want to call into our lives. For a lot of you, you've never seen that before. You've never seen anyone in your life have that before. Okay? Just because you've never seen it before, just because it's out of like the field of your imagination, I want you to still go for it. Still imagine you can have it. Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean you can't have it. Okay? All right. I'm gonna do your homework. Tarika, yes. Gift said, fortunately at work, but I just want to say hi, like the topic of combo. Oh, I love it, Gift. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, good. Thanks, Tarika. All right, your homework. The big one that you're going to do is I want you to create your divine masculine shield. We started to touch on it today, but you may want to take your time tonight. Maybe you want to light a candle. Maybe you want to take a bath first. Maybe you want to light some incense. Maybe you want to turn all the lights out. You're going to be connecting with an inner force that is very personal, very sacred, very magical. So I want you to take some time out of this live and install your own divine masculine shield tonight. Remember, you can start off with setting the energy right. Do your little invocation. Imagine the avatar that you want to create. Invoke and install. Okay? That's number one. The most important thing that I want you to do for homework is install your divine masculine shield. Next, I want you to design your weekly calendar. Okay? So AM, PM routine. What else are you going to be doing throughout your week that's going to help you have a stronger force field of energy, a higher frequency, a better quality of life? You don't have to choose all the things that I talked about a lot of different things, that have helped me throughout the years. You don't have to choose all those. But what out of all the things I talked about today sticks out to you? Because chances are that's your inner goddess speaking. That's your inner being speaking. If it stuck out to you today, that means it's going to help you a lot. So whether it's working on your boundaries and standards, whether it's the wind down routine, whether it's having more pleasure in life, whether it's working with your sexual energy, whatever really stuck out to you today, it really stuck out to you for a reason. So you may want to start with that. Inches make the mile. Have you ever heard that statement? Inches make the mile. It means that the little shifts that we make, right? They add up to a lot. So those little tiny inches of change you make, they're going to add up to miles as you do them over time, as you use the power of repetition, as you use the power of consistency. So you don't have to worry about doing everything at once. If you can just pick one, maybe it's just a morning routine. Maybe it's just not waking up and scrolling. Maybe it's just one thing. But if you can keep doing that thing, pick the one thing, pick the 3 things, pick the 5 things. Some of you will pick 12 things and you can do them. But pick whatever you pick, make sure you can repeat it, repetition, and consistency, because as you do it with repetition and consistency, you're going to see your whole life change. Remember, it takes 21 days to change a habit, 90 days to change a paradigm. So in as little as 90 days, you doing your work consistently, you're going to amaze yourself how much you can change in your life. Okay? Oh, Katie Lee Watson, you're crying. Oh, I guess they're good tears, because it sounds like they're good tears. I'm glad. Spoiled Vixen, work on your routines. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so number 1, install your divine masculine shield. Number 2, design your weekly calendar. And number 3, I want you to pick a sacred Sabbath day or time. Okay? Remember, Saturday is the traditional Sabbath of checking out and just restoring your energy. Alone time just for you. Maybe it's just a couple of hours, but I want you to find some time in your week for your own personal Sabbath, just for you, to raise your energy. Okay? And that's that. That's your homework. Yay! How'd that feel, y'all? Can you do it? Are y'all excited about it? Hey, baby cakes. Oh my God. Baby cakes, I just gave the homework. Yes, you came in at the end. Will this be on YouTube? Someone else asked me about putting this on YouTube, and I feel like it's going to be weird because it's TikTok style, but I'll see what I can do. Remind me. Gita Babe, thank you. Just found you. My pleasure. So glad you found me. Shashu came in late too. No worries. Tarika feels amazing. I'm so grateful I landed here tonight. I'm so glad too. Digital Morocco 5s, you're very welcome. I raise a standard. Ooh, who said that to me? Ooh, Shay, I love you. I love you. I love you. By the way, if you like this material, I am teaching a workshop next week on the 26th. The title of the workshop is How to Rewire Your Nervous System for Safety, so you can step out of your masculine energy and into your divine feminine energy. So I've been telling you all week that the undercurrent, the baseline, the foundation of all the work that we do is installing a sense of safety in our nervous system, because it is the most important thing. So what we're going to do, we're going to work on just the nervous system. We're not going to work on all these other pieces. We're going to work at the most important part, which is your nervous system. We're going to talk about how to install a new mindset, okay, of nervous system safety. We're going to talk about how to install a sense of safety in the body. Remember, 80% of the communication in your nervous system is coming from your body. So we need to install a sense of safety, not just in the mind, but also in the body. So we're going to talk about all of that to rewire your whole system for safety. It's just $99, but I only have 20 seats. Link is in my bio. If not, tomorrow is day 7. Tomorrow is the last day of this lovely series. I'm so glad this has been resonating with you all. Like I said, I love to teach this stuff. I feel like this is what I came on earth to teach. It's the age of the divine feminine. This is the age of Aquarius. It's time for all of us to live a much higher quality of life. Okay? If you've been stuck in survival mode, you've been stuck in your fear responses, you've been stuck in your masculine energy, it's time to end that. God has much bigger plans for you. And those plans will only happen as you come into alignment and you rise in frequency and start vibrating on another level. So tomorrow, day 7, we're going to talk about aligning with your divine feminine energy. So don't miss it. Victoria, you're very welcome. I'm so grateful. Katie Lee Watson, yes, I'll be here tomorrow. Oh, by the way, tomorrow is Juneteenth. So I'm not coming in the evening because I'll be like hanging out. I think I'm going to come in the morning. Let's pick a time now. Should we pick a time now, y'all? What do y'all think? Baby cakes, thank you. Okay, yes, I will try to put it on YouTube. Shayna, you're very welcome. Gita, where can we find you if TikTok goes away? Gita, why would you say that? Oh God, don't make TikTok go away. No. What time? All right, so what time? Yes, Tina, I appreciate you too. Let's say baby cakes, 11 a.m. Are you on the East Coast, baby cakes? Because that may work for me. Perfect. Let's meet at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is noon Eastern. Okay? So I'll be here in the morning at 9 a.m. Pacific for day 7. Let's talk about wrapping up all the things we've been working on and stepping into divine feminine energy. Great. Okay. 9 a.m. PST. I'll be here. Y'all be here. Do your homework and let's shift some things. Okay. Thank y'all for being here. It's been my pleasure as always. I love y'all so much. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.